Welcome back to another episode of Conductor Sunday Livestream. I am your host, ThemeParkConductor, and today we are talking so much theme park news, and I mean so much, between HHN construction here out in Hollywood. We're talking FanFest Nights and decor going up. We're talking about the latest news coming out of Universal Great Britain that just got approved and is already starting construction and is scheduled to be completely built, done, and open by 2031. What a wow. I don't even know where to begin to start. We also got some Disneyland news out of downtown Disney. Recent permit went up for the new Porto's building that's supposed to be taking over the former La Bea Bakery, which is currently the Earl Sandwich second location. So we're going to talk about all this, but before we do, make sure to smash that like button on this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss any theme park conductor news and you never miss these live streams. These live streams can be a lot of fun. I kind of let my guests on the chat or my guests that I have on the show kind of just, we talk about all sorts of things. So there's really no particular way we do things. We just talk about all of it. But before we go any farther, I just want to, thank everybody for supporting the channel, supporting me, and it's been a great honor to do this for you guys. I absolutely love doing this. Several of you that are new to the channel are actually co-workers from work, so I'm very happy that I get to work with you guys every single day at work, and you guys watch my content. It's very awesome you guys do that. It really is, and I'm very appreciative of that. But you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Bluesky at ThemeParkConductor. You can find me on X at ThemeConductor. You can also find me every Sunday, at least for now, every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Conductor Sunday live stream. I used to host on Thursdays, but now I switched it to Sundays. So I want to thank you guys so much, and definitely smash that like button. We already got some people in the chat, so let's address you guys. Neil, I personally really enjoy watching all of your YouTube content and your YouTube videos that you make for YouTube. Well, I appreciate that, Neil. That means a lot. I do it for you guys. I have a 9-to-5 job. Well, it's not really 9 to 5, but it's an 8-hour-a-day job, 5 days a week, and it's fun to do this for you guys. I'm happy to do it for you guys. Eric Patterson, hey there, conductor. Can't wait for FanFest Night and Horror Nights. Oh, you're telling me. So, before we go any farther on FanFest Nights, I am going to attempt to try to buy a VIP ticket for the very first night of FanFest Nights, and then I probably won't go back to FanFest Nights until late May with Tommy Toon World, because me and him are going to be covering the Disneyland 70th, but we are going to be doing FanFest Nights that weekend as well. So, but I'm going to try to do the VIP tour the first night of FanFest Night so I could get everything done and probably run into a bunch of people as well. Albert, good Sunday evening. Good Sunday evening to you. So we're going to jump right into it. We're actually going to talk about Universal here for a minute here. I'm just going to pull up some pages from fellow content creators that have been covering the parks, because I haven't been back at Universal for 2 weeks. I'm planning to go this Thursday, so I'm hoping to see a lot more updates and whatnot. But let me share my screen here with you guys so you can see what I'm talking about here. So let's go for it. I want to ask everyone in the chat and everyone watching, how's everyone doing today, by the way? I didn't even ask that, and that was so rude of me. How's everyone doing today, by the way? And our first content creator I want to bring up is Theme Park Obsession. Shout out to him. Great guy. I've met him multiple times at Universal. He's just a awesome, amazing content creator. He's actually in Orlando experiencing Epic Universe. I'm kind of jealous, but, you know, I'll get my turn eventually. But Epic Universe, you know, he's exploring all that, and he says he's absolutely loving it, so that's a great sign. But Dylan actually posted this the other day on the 9th, and basically this construction that you're seeing on your screen here, which is right next to Earthquake, which is the one of the experiences on the studio tour. This is where one of the former Western sets were. Like, I mean, the old Western sets. This was part of it. And they ripped it out. The reason being, and I'm going to jump on my screen here to Google Maps. Oh, I'm sorry. Google Maps here, because if I go to the lower lot here, the rumored area that they're looking to build in that vacant lot I just showed you next to Earthquake is this building right here. This is the mill. They call it the mill because it's a wood shop for the studios and for movie production, commercials, promos, you name it. They build the sets right here. So they're talking about relocating this building to where you guys just saw that, which is, give me 1 second here and I'll point it out to you. It is, where is Jaws at? See, I'm getting all turned around here. Okay, right here, Denver Street. So this is where that Western set was, right here. This is that vacant area now. And this is where the tram comes out of Earthquake. And this whole set right here, which is Denver Street. And shout out to Brandon Smith for reminding me. Thank you, Brandon, for putting that in the chat. Denver Street, and that's where supposedly that mill is going to be relocated. Again, not confirmed by Universal. I just want to make that very clear. Anything I talk about is not confirmed by Universal. And I will point it out if it is, but it's not. At least not this. And part of that reason they want to relocate this windmill building here is because these 4 massive buildings that are sound stages that have been here for quite some time, including the mill here. This is oh my god, not I think it's post-production, studio post. That's what this building is. This building actually got relocated into the new creative campus building. So this whole area, they rebuilt this building right here. That got relocated in this building somewhere. So that studio post is really not being used from what I heard. Again, I don't know how true that is, but from what I heard, it's not being used that much anymore because they relocated. So this building, the mill, the base camp kitchen, these 4 massive buildings, and Soundstage 15 have been talked about and supposedly slated for theme park expansion. Again, not confirmed by Universal, and hopefully we get some type of clarification pretty soon with Universal. But we all know, let's just be honest with everybody here. Universal likes to build stuff, not say what it is until it's like halfway done, quarter way done, 3/4 of the way done. Then they announce what the project is. And I can respect that from Universal. You know, at least they just, you know, they build and then they say what it is. I would like them to say what it is and then build it, but I understand why, compared to Disney, where I seen Disney, oh, they show you what it looks like, and then they start building it, and then it takes forever to build, and then what they show you in the concept art, and then what you actually get for the finished product, you're like, what the hell is this? So, it's a catch-22. But who knows? Eric Patterson, I'm doing well. How you doing? Brandon Smith, yeah, Dylan is one of the best. He is the best. He is the best. And shout out to him as well, because he's actually done HHN, I think 11 or 12 seasons in a row. He actually retired, so he's not doing it anymore, at least for now. Yeah, Denver Street Facades for that Western set. And Eric, you made a good point. At least Universal goes for it and put the money in that. For sure. That's one thing I can respect with Universal. They put their money where their mouth is. And the proof is in the pudding. Look how long it took Epic Universe to get built. Not that long, okay? You look at that. Now they're doing previews. It's going to be opening next month. On top of that, they're already starting construction with the Universal Great Britain. There's a lot of speculation on what lands and IPs are going into that. We're going to talk about that. Then they're building the Texas Kids Park, which they're already like halfway done with the hotel that's sitting right in the front of the park. And ride vehicles for the attractions are already starting to show up on site. And then on top of that, you got Universal Horror Unleashed, which again, me and Tommy from Tommy Toon World, we're going to be at the opening weekend in Las Vegas. So they're building that. Then you got, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. They just completed, not even a week ago, the track. The track is completely finished. It's completely finished for the coaster. Now comes the sound wall. Now comes the scream shields on opposite ends of the track to eliminate sound pollution from people riding the coaster. And a lot of people are like, what's going to be next? What is next on Universal Hollywood's agenda? And it's so funny because I think multiple things are going to happen. Both hotels are going to start construction. The security hubs are already halfway done. You got possibly another land or another attraction coming by 2028. More than likely, they're going to start working on the Simpsons area next year. And what I mean by working on it, I mean like stripping the IP away from it. Because I don't think Universal's going to keep that open. I just don't. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really just do not. Eric, you said, I'm in Vegas, so I'm excited for Horror Unleashed as well. Oh, Horror Unleashed is going to be great. Horror Unleashed is like what FanFest is happening at Universal Hollywood. It's a great thing for the Universal company, because if you think about it, a 365, Universal HHN 365 in the most popular place on earth, which is Las Vegas, which is a perfect place for that. Universal was really smart to do that. Really smart. And FanFest Nights as well. This could be a permanent event for years to come. And I'm super excited if FanFest turns out as much as they're trying to brand it and whatnot with all these IPs and commercials and whatnot. I really hope it's going to be a huge success, and I can't see why not. Albert Rodriguez, do you think the Hillside project could be used for something similar like a storage area? No, I do not. The reason why I say that, Albert, is because the way I look at it, Theme Park Wizard calls it a utility event space. I think it's more than that. I think it's going to be where the studio tour relocates. And it makes perfect sense why they would relocate the studio tour there. Because now you open up the Falls Lake area, the Fast and Furious Supercharged building, Jupiter's Claim, that whole area for another expansion, whether it's Harry Potter or something else. It's the same thing. It's the same thing here because a lot of people are all like, well, we're probably going to get a Nintendo expansion. We just don't know what the IP is yet. And someone mentioned, well, you could use the Transformers building in Soundstage 15. Yes, but no. Don't get me wrong. You could use that area for a new land. I just don't think Nintendo in that area would be smart. What I think they should put the Nintendo expansion is, like I've been saying for months and months and months, whether it's just me solo on my live streams or I've had amazing guests on the show. Soundstage 7 through 12 is going to be something huge for theme park expansion, possibly another Nintendo land. I don't know what it would be. Every time I've said Donkey Kong, everyone thinks I'm nuts, so I'm not saying anything. It could be a Nintendo property. It could be Dark Universe West. I don't know. But this huge footprint right here is going to be theme park expansion, so I'm not sure what's going to happen, quite frankly. But we'll see. We'll see. Brandon Smith. Albert, as far as I've heard, the Hillside project will mostly likely be a flex space for HHN. That is possible, Brandon, but again, I'm going to revert back to what I've heard from people. I really honestly think that's where the studio tour is going to be relocated. If it's going to be relocated anywhere, that is the perfect location for it. Some people have said, oh, well, the studio tour is going to relocate. We're behind Transformers, so Soundstage 15 is going to be torn out. I said that would be a absolute horrible idea. And I mean horrible idea. This should be a land in itself, this massive footprint right here. This right here should be a massive footprint, and they should keep Avenue 1, which is this street going towards this way to James Stewart Avenue, the way that the studio tour gets in and out. That's what I think is going to happen, quite frankly. I don't think it should go over here. I think it's going to go in this spot. That's where I think it's going to happen. David, how you doing, sir? Brandon, you said, but a major concern with the studio tour relocation is tram loading space. They have enough space, believe me. If you look at it, Brandon, in person, because they're going 100 feet up that hillside, that is a lot of space. And if we look at it, let me see if I can zoom in here. Hold on. If we look at it, it was also talked about that this area right here is going to be taken out. This is going to be taken out right here. So you're going to have, let me zoom out here. You're going to have this space right here and literally all this for the studio tour. I think it's more than possible. Believe me. When Universal and if I have any faith at all, it's going to be in Universal Creative to make this happen. Now, sorry to say it, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but if it was up to Disney Imagineers to figure this out, I would be concerned. I wouldn't be majorly concerned, but I've seen Universal Creative come up with some very genius ideas with tight spaces, so I have no doubt that the studio tour is going to be relocated here, and I'd be shocked if it wasn't. David, my day's been doing well. How about you, sir? Eric, you said Jupiter's Claim it definitely needs to go. Yeah, it was only supposed to be temporary. It was never supposed to be a permanent attraction for the studio tour. It was never supposed to be permanent. and I do agree it needs to go. Again, what they would put here, I don't know. What I think is going to go on here, and I'm going to be honest with all of you, what I think is going to go on here, the the Fast and Furious Supercharged building, which is this long building, is going to be demolished. This whole Falls Lake area with Jupiter's Claim is going to be leveled to the ground, and it's going to be for theme park space. And I really honestly am pushing for a Harry Potter expansion. I think it's more than possible. I think it's more than possible. And the fact that the new Universal Britain resort that they just confirmed the other day is not going to have a Harry Potter experience or a Harry Potter land because of Warner Brothers London being so close to where that park is. There's no reason to have another Harry Potter land out there, and they've already talked about that. So I can't see why we can't finally get a Harry Potter expansion out here in Hollywood. It's definitely needed. Albert says, is it possible to build even more sound stages behind the new ones on the far end of the backlot, or is that all slope land? Well, let's take a look, Albert. It's really interesting you say that. First of all, they've already talked about it, Albert. Park Lake, which is right here, this is going to be drained, and two massive buildings like this is going to be put in this lake area, which means 4 new sound stages are going to be built right here. And then if we look on this hillside here where you're talking about, Albert, here's 4 massive sound stages right here. And there's 2 stages per building, I think. Yeah. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8 stages. 8 stages. And remember, Albert, before they even started this was all sloped like this hillside. So looking at this hillside right here, I think they could build 4 more of these buildings, probably even 6 more of these buildings. I think it's more than possible. Maybe even more than that, because look how far it goes back. Look at that. If you look at these buildings up here, you could probably build another 8 buildings right here. I think it's more than possible. They could build 8 more buildings, and imagine what the lower lot would look like. They wouldn't even have sound stages in the lower lot. It would be all theme park. I think they could build 8 more buildings right here. It's a massive, massive, massive footprint. Massive footprint. So I think it's more than possible. Brandon, you said the WB experience is actually in Lemon's Den. That's true. You stand corrected on that. It is in Leaves Den. But the thing is, what I'm trying to get at is they're not going to build a Harry Potter land from what I heard in the Universal Great Britain. So if they're not going to build it, why can't we get the expansion out here in Hollywood? I can't see why we can't. Especially with that Falls Lake area, Jupiter's Claim, and the old Fast and Furious Supercharged building being prime real estate for theme park expansion. I can't see why we can't. Brandon Smith said that slope area is the tree farm. That is true. They could always relocate the tree farm though. Nothing is permanent. They could always relocate that. Nothing's permanent. Believe me. They can move stuff around. Nothing's ever concrete. But yeah, that's what I was getting back to, is this area is supposedly going to be that mill area. And then you can see right above, he posted where this house right here is getting built on that H lot behind the Curious George parking structure. So shout out to Dylan for that one. Let me see. Before we get into the Universal London stuff here, just going back here, and I want to point this out. And again, I'm not going to play the sound. Here we go. So this is that current look that you can see that they're drilling holes with the big crane drill machine, and they're putting in massive, probably, I don't know, 30 feet, 50 feet long beams into the ground for the retaining wall for this area. So that's what they're currently working on. And again, I'm going to get pictures and a video clip of this. And there's a lot more progress that happened here, or has happened since this video was made the other day. So shout out to Mondo for that one. And then this is just the current look. Again, shout out to Mondo. It looks like they're laying the footprint for the speculated Five Nights of Freddy house, and I cannot wait for that house. What I'm even more excited about than this house is the merch. The merch alone is going to be absolutely fantastic. I have to tell you guys, it's going to be freaking incredible. I really hope we have a Freddy Fazbear or the cupcake popcorn bucket, because I will be first in line for that one. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I cannot wait for that. This is just another look. You could see, let me see. You can see those big iron beams going in. That's what they're drilling into the ground. They're humongous. Absolutely humongous. It's really crazy. Just trying to see if I see anything else. And then I want to ask you guys this. Current work was happening in front. So where these windows are is supposedly the gift shop for the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. I think the way they're moving on this gift shop, I think this gift shop can open before the ride. I honestly think that the gift shop would be able to open before the ride. Post in the comments, how many of you think that's possible? Or do you think they'll wait until the actual ride is done? I think they're going to try to open it before the ride and have all the merch in there and whatnot. I don't see why they wouldn't. I really don't see why they wouldn't. And then this is, again, shout out to Albert, because everyone kind of forgot about the Universal Kids Hotel. Albert, this is courtesy of you. Thank you for posting this online. This is that hotel, and the shape of this hotel. Okay, you see how the shape is, where it's kind of like angled and kind of panoramic view hotel? That's supposedly the type of hotel we're getting in front of Universal Hollywood, the entrance gate. So where security sits, where the Woody Woodpecker preferred parking lot is, this is the type of hotel. Not, obviously it's not the exact same hotel, but it's like the shape of it's almost the same. But again, they're already fast at work with this kids hotel, or I mean kids park. So it's definitely very cool to see. And then there's just a preview of FanFest Night. Yeah, look at this. I'm so excited for this, guys. This is going to be absolutely incredible to be here to do Star Trek, Back to the Future, the Jujutsu Kaisen. You got Dungeons and Dragons. All this. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I cannot wait for this. It's going to be fantastic. Brandon Smith, you said the hotel in front of the park will have that golden age of Hollywood aesthetic. I really hope so. I really hope so. They did cancel the drone show. I don't know why they did that. That is just, that sucks. I hate that they did that. I really do. I hate that a lot. I don't like that they canceled that. That bums me out. It really does bum me out that they canceled the drone show for Super Nintendo World. That really sucks. But, can't do anything about it, unfortunately. And then apparently Back to the Future, we're going to jump to Universal Great Britain. But Back to the Future was filed for Universal Great Britain, which is interesting that a permit already got filed for that. That's crazy. Um, Brandon Smith, you said studio probably said no to the drones near the lot. Yeah, you know what? There's too much of that crap going on. You know what? If they're not filming outside, um, I don't see what the hell the problem is. And the studios nowadays have so much technology and green screen and software. They can easily remove that if they're filming outside. You know what? It's kind of getting lame hearing those excuses. I'm tired of hearing that. I understand Universal Hollywood shares the park with the studio, but with today's technology, they can easily, they can easily get rid of that if a production is filming outside. For God's sakes, they're going to have live bands, live entertainment. It's going to be loud throughout the park during FanFest Nights. You're going to tell me that a drone show that can easily be CGI out of the production if they're filming can't be done? Come on. That's a bunch of crap. Albert said, it's that kind of crap that keeps Hollywood from competing. Yeah, I 100% agree. These studios are being a little too stingy on things. I'm sorry. The way I see it, you know what? I yeah, they're being a little stingy on that one. Brandon Smith, you said the drones are only allowed in the upper lot. Yeah, but they should be allowed in the lower lot. They did it for Super Nintendo World when it first opened. I don't see why they can't do it again. They did it 1 or 2 nights when Nintendo first opened. I think they did. I could be wrong. But that's a bunch of crap. I'm sorry. That's a bunch of crap. No matter what they say, that's not right. But going back to the Great Britain, Back to the Future, and then if we look... I'm sorry, guys. Whoops. Trying to keep my tab straight here. Okay, here we go. And let me zoom in on this. Oh, no. One more. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, let me zoom in here so you guys can see. This is the public engagement out of Universal Destination and Experiences. It says, and quote, world-class Universal theme park and resort planned for the UK. The Universal Destination and Experiences, a unit of Comcast NBC Universal, intends to build and operate the company's first ever theme park and resort in the United Kingdom, located in Bedford, pending planning consent approvals. Well, this story is a little old because it did get approved. It got approved in the first stage. I think they still have to do community meetings, to give everyone that lives in that area or surrounding that area opportunity to say if they're for it, if they're against it. But moving on, our intent to proceed with the project follows more than a year of feasible due to diligence and close engagement with local and national stakeholders, as well as members of the local surrounding communities, which they're still doing. At Universal Destination Experiences, we offer guests around the world the most innovative, immersive, and popular entertainment experiences featuring the industry's most thrilling and technology-advanced attractions, exceptional hotels and resorts, unique merchandise, games, virtual and live entertainment. And this is kind of what it looks like. Let me zoom in so you guys can see it. That's kind of what it looks like right there. And it looks absolutely incredible. And a lot of people are saying in this area here, that's where oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Back to the Future land's going to be in this area here, even with this coaster. And this is just a map showing where the park is looking to build. Let's go to the comments real quick because a couple of you guys posted, so I just want to address your guys' comments. Brandon Smith, you said the drone show that was supposedly in Super Nintendo was actually in, oh, you're right. And the Santa Monica Pier as a promotion for the movie. No, you're absolutely right, because I actually posted that on X. Thank you for reminding me. Appreciate that. Caesar said, no, Mondo Five Fires said in one of his live streams that he talked to someone and is not canceled, but in case if winds is too windy, they won't show it. So they don't want to provide like disappointment. Well, I didn't hear that, but if that's the case, that would be great. David, you said, do you think they could start testing for the coaster because the entire track is complete? So I think what's going to wind up happening by late May, I think late May, or middle of May, they are going to start ride testing the coaster, and it's going to be for about 7 months. And I think by late November, early December, they could start holding team member previews, annual pass holder previews, and then a month or two later, it officially opens to everybody. That's what I think is going to go down. Oh, sorry. Albert, you said Lord of the Rings, Back to the Future, and James Bond lands, yet no Harry Potter. This park will definitely be unique. Exactly. And I'm not opposed to that. I definitely not. And to tell you the God honest truth, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I love Back to the Future as much as the next guy, but what I'm super excited for, James Bond. I grew up with James Bond. Any time the James Bond movies came out, I'm talking all the way back to, I think it was, I started watching them with my dad when I was very young, and as I got older, I saw some of the newer movies in the movie theater with my dad, my uncles, and my family, because we really got into it. So I'm super excited if they do build a James Bond land, because I am a geek when it comes to James Bond. I love James Bond. And the fact that they're building a Lord of the Rings land, if that is confirmed, I am super stoked for that. And I mean super stoked, because I saw all the movies in the movie theater with my dad, my family, my brother. So it was definitely a great time in my early years as a kid, going to the movies, watching the Lord of the Rings or watching the James Bond movies. It was definitely very exciting. So I'm super excited for that, if that becomes a reality for this park. Eric, you said, I'm surprised they don't bring back a new Jaws ride. Okay, so I want to point this out, and this is for Universal Orlando. If I was going to replace Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, quite frankly, if they weren't going to do a Ghostbusters themed roller coaster, and that's not even confirmed, but it's being heavily rumored that IP is going to take over that footprint as a coaster. But if it's not, I wouldn't mind seeing a Jaws roller coaster. And I think that's more than possible for at least Universal Orlando. I don't think we would ever get that in Hollywood, but we would have to see. Or maybe for Epic Universe, who knows? Brandon Smith, you said... by the way, has the nostalgic push I can't even read that. I'm sorry, it's me, it's not you. The Mega Movie Ride Parade, even the Broadway musical helped bring this franchise back in the spot. Well, let me, for Back to the Future, for Back to the Future, I'm gonna state the facts as I see it. For Back to the Future, the fact that they made a float for the Mega Movie Parade out in Orlando, the fact that um that Back to the Future is going to be one of 5 IPs or 6 IPs for the very first ever FanFest Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. It means that they still have investment to make with Back to the Future in the parks. So I think that has a lot to do with it. A lot. Albert Rodriguez, you said James Bond Land is perfect for the UK. I would love a John Wick attraction in Hollywood. That would be sick. You know, if it's not gonna, if it wouldn't be a John Wick attraction, I wouldn't mind having a John Wick show, kind of like what Orlando has with the Jason Bourne show, but we have a John Wick show out here in Hollywood. I think that would be sick. That would be tight. Um, Davey said, "I'm good, theme park conductor. How are you?" I'm doing well, thank you. So, continuing on, reading for Universal Great Britain. It says the proposed plans include an entertainment resort complex with a world-class theme park with several theme lands featuring Universal's distinct brand and immersive storytelling, thrilling rides, innovative attractions, exciting entertainment. Initial resort plans also feature a 500-room hotel and a retail dining entertainment complex. It will be the first Universal branded theme park in the UK and Europe. This development will have a transformative impact on Bedford and the UK economy. It will be a major contributor to creative arts and tourism industries, generating nearly 50 billion of economic benefit for the UK and creating thousands of highly new, high quality jobs. At opening, the theme park would be one of the largest employers in the region, with approximately 80% of employees expected to come from Bedford and central Bedfordshire. I hope I didn't butcher that. Luton and Milton Keynes, with many more communities benefiting from apprenticeships, training, and educational opportunities. We recognize the tremendous excitement our theme park and destinations bring. However, it is too early in the process to know the possibilities of the future attractions and experiences. More details about the project will be revealed over time and are subject to necessary planning consent approvals. And then it says in December 2023, we confirmed the purchase of a parcel of land just south of Bedford and spent over a year exploring the potential to deliver a new theme park and resort experience at the site. This includes a period of public engagement from Friday, April 5th to Friday, May 3rd, 2024 to share our proposal with the local communities. During our public engagement, we will meet almost 1,500 people and engage with nearly 100 local organizations to hear ideas and feedback. We received over 6,000 responses to our engagement survey, with 92% of people surveyed expressing their support. That's pretty nice, actually. Thank you to everyone that took the time to share our feedback. So that's very exciting as well. And then I'm going to read this as well. This is a press statement from April 9th. But let me get to some of the comments here. Brandon Smith, you said Centesial is basically cinema. Sensational. It's the nighttime found production drone fire show. You know what? I wish we would have that in Hollywood, but I know it'll never happen. I wish we got that. I really wish we got that. But this is a press release published April the 9th. Multi-billion-pound investment secured as Universal theme park and resort set to build in Bedford, bringing thousands of jobs. A multi-billion-pound investment in the major new Universal theme park and resort in Bedford has been agreed between Universal and the government and the local council in a move that represents a major vote of confidence in the UK economy and future partnership between the UK and the US. From the Prime Minister's office, 10 Downing Street, blah, 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 address. It says the Prime Minister has today closed the deal on Universal Park in Bedfordshire. Plans will bring an estimated. Yeah, I kind of already read that. Okay, here we go. The theme park, which is set to be one of the largest and most advanced in Europe, will bring nearly 20,000 jobs during the construction period. That's just to build the theme park. With a future of 8,000 new jobs across the hospitality and creative industries when it opens in 2031. So it's 2025 right now. They are saying they're going to have that theme park built, open, and ready in 6 years, maybe even less. Because knowing Universal, they put their mouth where their money is, and they put the metal to the pedal. So I think it's more than possible. I'm just trying to read if there was anything else. I don't see anything else. Let's see. Albert, you asked, do you think Universal will next look to build another major resort here in the U.S.? It's interesting you say that because I'm thinking about it. Because you got Universal Hollywood, you got Universal Orlando, you're going to have the Texas park. It's more than possible, Albert, but I would like to see them not build another resort in the U.S., at least for now, and give Hollywood some love. Because quite frankly, a new roller coaster is not enough, in my opinion. I think Orlando has gotten a lot of attention in the last 5 to 10 years. Now with Epic Universe, they have a lot, and they're even planning expansions for Epic Universe, and it's not even open yet, which is mind-blowing to me. So it's more than possible, but I would like Hollywood to have a couple new lands, attractions, the hotels, and updated infrastructure before they even think about building another resort in the U.S. But to answer your question, I do see it in the future, though. Eric, you said, I think it will be ready even sooner. So you think it's going to be? You think the Great Britain Park's going to be ready before 2031? Well, what are you thinking? Post in the comments. Exactly, Hollywood needs some love. Yeah, it's so interesting. It's so interesting because the way I look at it is, just because they built a roller coaster, that means Hollywood isn't supposed to be touched for another 5 to 10 years? No. Just because they're building they built the roller coaster, they're building 2 500-room hotels, they're updating City Walk, and they maybe build a new land. That's it? No. Hollywood needs help. Hollywood definitely needs help. Universal Orlando has Epic Universe now, and they're going to be doing some new experiences, new attractions, new lands, probably in Islands of Adventure and the Studio Park. So you know what? I think Universal Orlando for now is in a good spot. I think Hollywood definitely needs to be more appreciative, for sure. Brandon, you said Eric, Universal D&E is currently in legacy property development. Absolutely. Albert, you said, well, I think the plans are already in motion to upgrade Hollywood. Yeah, but see, the problem is, Albert, again, I've only heard from people, not Universal, but only from people that the Fast and Furious, which no one can deny it because we look at it every day we go there. 2 500 room hotels that are Universal based Lowe's hotels. Possibly a new land, maybe a new land, possibly the studio tour relocation project. I just don't feel that's enough. I don't. Now, if we got several new lands, new attractions, the hotels, updates to City Walk, we got rid of the dinosaur technology, which is the front gate entrance with the stupid fingerprint scanners, and upgrade those to facial recognition, I would 100% agree with you. But trying to cram that all in 3 years before the Olympics is almost impossible. I know Universal Creative is amazing, but that's pushing it. But we'll see though. We'll see. It's so funny. It's so funny, Albert, and everybody. It's so funny because if you think about it, Disneyland Forward, right? We know they're building 2 attractions for Avengers Campus. We know that an Avatar land is supposed to be coming. We know that Coco Dark Ride is supposed to be coming. I can't see all that complete by 2031. That means Universal, by the time Disney even announced the first time around that they were going to be doing Disneyland Forward, and it was only talk. There was no hint that they were moving forward with it at the time. Epic Universe already started getting built. Now it's built. Now it's set to open next month. We got Universal Horror Unleashed in Las Vegas. That's going to be opening in about 4 or 5 months. We got the Texas park that's supposed to be opening sometime next year. We got Universal Great Britain now going to start building immediately. We got, what else? We got Universal Hollywood going through transformations, and they're barely starting to break ground right now at Avengers Campus for one of multiple attractions for Disneyland Forward. They haven't even built the Eastern Gateway project yet. And look at how Universal has built. When you look at it on the scale, okay, so this is Universal right here. This is Disneyland. When I look at it, Universal's way in the hell up here. Disneyland's way in the hell down here. Universal, I feel, is taking the number 1 spot, or it's going to be taking the number 1 spot. That's the way I see it, because for Universal to put the pedal to the metal and build all this stuff and announce all this stuff, and work's actually happening, and Disneyland Forward's been talked about for at least 8 years? And 8 years Disneyland Forward's been talked about, and it just recently got approved last year, which is crazy. And they're finally breaking ground on the Avengers e-ticket attraction alongside another Avengers attraction we weren't even looking at, and they're just breaking ground now, which is insane, because they had D23 back last September when those 2 attractions were announced, and they're just breaking ground now, which is insane to me. Meanwhile, you got, like I said, Epic Universe opening next month. You got Horrors Unleashed in Las Vegas opening in 4 or 5 months. You got the Texas Kids Resort that's going to be opening next year. You got Universal Great Britain confirmed, and now is going to start construction. You also got Universal Hollywood going through a massive transformation, which is crazy. It's crazy to me. How many of you guys think about that? What do you guys think? Post in the comments. I want to hear your guys' opinion. David, you said the gift shop for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift should be open before the ride opens. I would think, so they could start selling the merch. I think it's more than possible. We'll just have to wait and see, though. We'll have to wait and see. But post in the comments. I really want to hear what you guys think about Universal construction, Disney construction. And then, sorry, I was looking at tickets for FanFest Nights because I'm going to buy mine this Wednesday. And then just to kind of go over what we can expect from FanFest Nights, I'm sure everyone already knows, but I like to go through it anyway. We got the Star Trek Odyssey experience, which is going to be a walkthrough, which is going to be in the former Walking Dead attraction area. We got Back to the Future, which is going to be in Courthouse Square, which a lot of times we get the pass on the tram. We got Dungeons and Dragons, which is going to be in Soundstage 15, which is directly behind Transformers. We got God, I'm butchering this. I'm so sorry. The Jujutsu Kaisen, which is going to be in the plaza area alongside in front of the DreamWorks Theater and inside the DreamWorks Theater, I think, as well. We got One Piece going to be in the same kind of area. We got Harry Potter. They're going to have magical creatures you can meet. A new projection show, it looks like, for the castle. We got Super Nintendo World with Yoshi and his egg hunt with a Yoshi Mean Greek character and possibly other Yoshi color Mean Greek characters. So definitely exciting for that. And then this is just the current wait times at Epic Universe. I wanted to, bring this up. Let's see. Okay, let me get rid of these ads. You gotta hate these ads. Bowser Jr. Challenge is only 15 minutes. Wow. The carousel is 60 minutes, so an hour. Curse of the Werewolf, which is a roller coaster inside Dark Universe, 70 minutes. Dragon Racers, which is in How You Train Your Dragon Land, that's an hour. Mario Kart's 45 minutes. Meet Toothless, which is a very cool experience from what I've seen online. That's an hour. We got Stardust Racers, which is a roller coaster. That's 75 minutes. Yoshi's Adventure went up to 25 minutes. That's in Super Nintendo World. And then we got, what else we got? You know what? Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. Oh, there's no wait. Oh, these aren't reporting, so these could be down. I don't know for sure, though. Minecart Madness, Ollies. Wow. Holy Lord. Wow. Crazy. And then the last thing we're going to talk about, guys. You know what? Let's watch Mondo's video. I'm going to turn the sound off. And again, this is all courtesy of Mondo, so shout out to him. We'll watch his video, and this is an updated video from like a day or two ago from Universal. And again, I'm going to be there this Thursday, so definitely subscribe to the channel. Follow me on my socials so you don't miss any news that I might break. Albert, you said, I heard the Mills Diner was being used for FanFest. Wouldn't that severely delay construction for HHN at the Parisian Courtyard? That's a possibility. It's a possibility. I don't know for sure, though. It's a possibility, though, Albert, for sure. So I just gotta get through this commercial. And again, this is courtesy of Mondo. And they have the FanFest Nights decor alongside. You can see in the background there with the archway with the FanFest thing. I'm going to take a picture of that, actually. I cannot wait to take a picture of that. That looks absolutely incredible. I can't wait to take a picture of that. Look at that. That looks so epic. Looks absolutely incredible, guys. Again, I'm not playing the sound because I don't want to get a copyright. This is that bar, which is right next to the entrance to Waterworld. This is all for FanFest Nights. I cannot wait. That's the commercial. This is the plaza area. It's getting decored out. They got these Coke kind of areas that's usually for annual Passover takeover nights. So I don't know if there's something leading after FanFest Nights, which is AP related. And what I mean by AP, annual pass holder related, or what the deal is. So we'll have to wait and see. But again, this is the current construction of what the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift show building looks like. The brick is actually going inside the building. So they extended the brick inside the building as well. So it's looking really, really good. And then it's really funny because Mondo's pointing out, and he actually got tagged in a photo from another one of his followers, tagging him in this. It's funny that I've never seen a Spirit jersey for the Simpsons, and then now all of a sudden we're getting a Spirit jersey for the Simpsons, even though the Simpsons is on its way out. It's really interesting to me that they decided to come out with the Spirit jersey. And a lot of scaffolding on that right side towards the lower lot. And anyone visiting Universal Hollywood or even the Disneyland Resort, definitely make sure you're hydrated because it's starting to get that summer temperature. It's hot. It's definitely hot. See, I don't know what that area is, that concrete area right there that Mondo just zoomed in on. I don't know if that's going to be like where hopefully we get the old retro updated Universal City sign back, or I don't know what that spot's for. And then like we were talking about earlier, they're putting in these massive steel rebar, well, not rebar, but steel beams into the hillside for the reinforcement for the wall for the hill, because they're going to be taking 100 feet from the road right there all the way up the hill. 100 feet of that is going to be taken out and flattened. So it's definitely going to be something very interesting. I cannot wait to see it on Thursday to see what it looks like. And again, I'm not playing the sound because, again, I don't want to get a copyright. That's where the supposed Five Nights at Freddy house is going to be. Super excited for that. Cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait for the merch. The merch is going to be incredible. This is just another angle. You can actually see. Let me go back here real quick, guys. Let me pause it. So from this road down here that Mondo's showing in this video to where those cranes are putting in those big long beams, from the road all the way up to here, that's how much of the hillside is going to come out and be flattened. So just keep that in mind. And then just like Mondo was pointing out, we got a new bar for FanFest Nights. It looks like, which is above Jurassic Cafe here. So this is very cool. I cannot wait to experience that. Going to be very cool. It has a really cool facade. The First World Tavern, which is very cool. I cannot wait to go through that. They come up with the best facades for whatever type of bar they put up here, whether it's for HHN, FanFest, Annual Passover, Takeover Night, Dungeons and Dragons. More likely, like he's going to point out right now, probably going to go through this little gated area to go down and behind, kind of where we headed last year for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We're probably going to go the same way to get into this walkthrough. This is going to be a walkthrough, just like Star Trek on the upper lot. So definitely keep that in mind. And then, he's just pointing out the Transformer merch is going on sale. Just trying to see if I can. He's on the studio tour right now. So hopefully in the next couple weeks, we see more of this sound wall go up. We see the Scream shields on this end being put up and on the other side as well. So it's definitely going to be very interesting to see for sure. Let's see. and they have a closed set, so we couldn't really see behind there. It looks like they're filming something. Gotta love those commercials. Okay, here we go. And then he's going through Earthquake right now, and we'll get a better look at that. Area here. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. Rewind. See, it's completely gone now. So I can imagine they're going to start building pretty soon. And definitely stay tuned to Theme Park Wizard, because if a permit gets filed, which they're going to have to file a permit, he'll be one of the first ones to post that. So definitely keep that in mind. I'm just trying to see if I see anything. Again, here's that Falls Lake area. I'm talking about that Harry Potter expansion. So definitely we'll be keeping a close eye on that for sure. And he's just pointing out some Back to the Future collectibles. But the last thing we're going to talk about is the Disneyland has filed a permit to demo the former the Bayard Bakery, currently the Earl's Sandwich Building, as well as 2 ticket booths. So 2 ticket booths for the plaza for the Disneyland Resort, where you could buy tickets, annual passes. 2 of those booths are going to be taken out to fit this massive Portos. Look how massive that thing is. Looks beautiful, though. I can't wait. Because I've been to Portos. I finally went about 6 months ago, because I went to Not Scary Farm with a buddy of mine, Tommy Toon World and Andre. I finally went there my very first time going to Portos, and I was blown away. So I cannot wait until it comes. It comes for Anaheim for the Disneyland Resort. Whoa! Look who we got here. We got Mr. Wizard in the house. There we go. Choo choo is right, Mr. Wizard. Good to see you, brother. So with this permit that Theme Park IQ and Wizard, shout out to Wizard, put online, it says permit entry DTD La Bea Bakery / well, I'm not going to read that. Ticket booth 7-8 demolition, 2,610 square feet. Bakery restaurant with utilities to be capped off and foundation to be removed. 865 square feet. Ticket booth 7 with utilities to be capped and foundation to be removed. 865 square feet. Ticket booth number 8 with utilities to be capped and foundation to be removed. Wizard's going crazy over here. Wizard's going crazy now. Man, you're fast on that keyboard, Wizard. Holy crap. You have a Wizard wicked finger there on that keyboard. You're a crazy one, Wizard. You're a crazy one. And I want to point out, if you want to book a trip to Universal Orlando, Walt Disney World, any trips to any theme parks, or whether you're on the West Coast going to the East Coast or coming from the East Coast to the West Coast, definitely DM Theme Park Wizard on X. Wizard, if you can, post your email on the chat so everyone can see it. Wizard has just recently became a travel agent, so definitely go check him out. He's already set up multiple people on vacation packages, so definitely go check him out. And he is a great friend, and I will be hopefully seeing him very soon, probably at FanFest Nights, and I will be seeing him at the Disneyland 70th, which again, me and Tommy Toon World will be covering, and we'll run into Wizard. Believe me, he'll find me. I'm not that hard to find. I'm pretty tall in the crowd, and as soon as I hear him screaming "choo choo," I'll know it's him. Believe me, I can hear that a mile away coming. But getting back to this, it looks like Disneyland is getting ready to file permit, or getting ready to close Earl Sandwich, which it took over La Bea Bakery as temporary. It looks like they're getting ready to close that and build this monster of a building here. Eric, I'm actually 6'3", Eric, close to 6'4", so I'm pretty tall. I'm pretty tall, and Wizard knows what I look like with his eyes closed, so it's not that hard to see me. Let's see. Let me see. Let me go to Fresh Baked here, and this is courtesy of David from Fresh Baked. Shout out to him. I just want to point out they are currently demoing the Tortilla Joe's former location, because a steakhouse, high-end steakhouse, and a barbecue joint is going to be built in its footprint, so they got to demo that whole building, and it looks like they're going to. Let's see, because I know David had a picture. Oh, interesting. Interior art for Arthur and Sons, which is that steakhouse, and Pierre's Roadside Barbecue. Okay, so this is what the steakhouse is going to look like. This is really upscale. This is nice. I can't wait to have a nice steak in here. That's going to be nice. And this is a barbecue joint, which is, again, really, really, really nice. Can't wait. Again, courtesy of David from Fresh Baked. Just trying to see, because he posted a picture the other day of the current Earl Sandwich location getting built. So I wanted to show you guys, because he was at Universal yesterday. So stay tuned for a Universal State of Universal video from him, probably either today or tomorrow. Let's see. Trying to find that one picture he had. He posts so much, it's crazy. Let me see. Going through the motions. Let's see. Whoa, hold on. Nope. I thought he posted a picture. I guess I was wrong. Maybe he didn't. Oh well. Anyway, the Earl Sandwich location, it's actually been started to be constructed, and they're moving along. I don't know if they'll get it done. I hope that we get it done by this winter, so Earl Sandwich could be completely open. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But any other questions, guys? Comments, concerns? Any questions about Universal? About look at that! Look how beautiful that looks. That looks incredible, man. That looks freaking awesome. You imagine just for a minute. This is courtesy of Alicia Stella on X. But imagine the Helios Hotel, which is in the background right there. Imagine we got that hotel, or that type of hotel, in front of the Woody Woodpecker parking lot. It looked like that, and we got a fountain show in front of that. Imagine how that would look. That would look freaking incredible. I know the fountain part would never happen. The hotel part's happening, but the fountain would be absolutely incredible. It would be breathtaking, to say the least. But I want to thank everybody, and I mean everybody, for joining tonight's live stream. I'm your host, ThemeParkConductor. Again, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Bluesky at ThemeParkConductor. You can find me on X at ThemeConductor. You can find me on every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Conductor Sunday Livestream, where we talk all about Universal, Disneyland, and we're gonna start talking heavy about HHN. We're gonna talk about FanFest Nights, a lot more, and what my experience was. We're going to break into that in the next couple of live streams. I will not be going live this coming Sunday because obviously it's Easter, so happy Easter to everybody. And again, my name is ThemeParkConductor. Thank you guys for joining tonight's live stream, and I will see you guys back here. I will see you guys back here in 2 weeks. And I will keep everyone updated to let you guys know if I do a live stream. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a live stream from Universal this Thursday. If I do, I'll let you guys know. If not, look out for a video. But have a great night, everybody. Peace out.